Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. There's the whistle. It does seem to be a 4-3-3, Jim.
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times, they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course, they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs. But if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And he's quick to get rid. And they're back on the ball again. And it's Xabi Alonso. Now it's Luis. It's Luis Suarez! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Xabi Alonso did... Oh, good climb! He will be livid with himself. Vieira gathers from the goal kick. Now it's Batistuta. Now it's Luis Suarez. Now it's Cruyff. Lovely pass. He's had a shot! Deftly away. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. It's a threat. Luis Suarez! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
That'll be a throw. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's plain for all to see who has settled into this game with the greater superiority. Now for a goal.
Cruyff. And here's Suarez. Suarez unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Oh, no joy this time. Bergomi is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Oh, that's well spotted. Pass somewhat off target. And this is Luis Suarez. And that has been cut short. And smartly reclaimed. Oh, that's delightful.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Griezmann looking for the run. Can he get it through? Cruyff. A hefty challenge, but fair enough. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. That has ended up in no man's land. Deftly away. And for the first half, that is that. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
It's a bit disappointing the way the team couldn't make the most of what looked like a pretty high-octane start, Peter. But this break should give them enough time to rediscover their focus and intent and start the second half in a similar manner. They have to keep believing.
So it's simmered along nicely for 45 minutes, but still no goals. It is 0-0 at half-time. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And it's Seedorf. And Seedorf! It's in!
Well, whenever he reminds us of his wondrous skill set, it's usually something very memorable or even unforgettable. We'll certainly remember that one.
He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Oh, that's a brilliant finish, Peter. Such a satisfying one from his perspective, knowing he hit it so beautifully.
Somalia. Cruyff! Well, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
Cruyff has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Zanetti can clear it away. Now it's Griezmann. And that's a simple one for the keeper. Now it's Cruyff. Griezmann. Batistuta. Referee has just said play on. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, good-looking ball. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
And he's heaved it away. And back to the goalkeeper. Out for a throw. Messi wants to run onto this. Bergomi cannot be beaten that easily. Now, can they get him away? Shoots! Oh, special! That is a special goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! And that should do it! Within sight of the finish line. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored. There's the shot! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, well played, well played. And that will be it. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. So what do you take away from it all, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Things already rolling.
Now there's a player with a silky pass and a steely tackle.
Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, a midfielder renowned for his tremendous array of passes while offering his defence a solid shielding presence too.
Players don't come a whole lot better in his position, do they?
Not really, and not many can boast the same quality of performance either, Peter.
Bellingham. And here's Dembele. Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Goes for a shot! And he's done it! Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Now it's Villa, and it's Zanetti. Zanetti just loves to go forward whenever he can. Now it's Pato. Nedved.
Colorado Springs really can't go chasing this game too soon. Any rash decisions now could see them lose it.
Zanetti. Bellingham. And they've got a throw. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Nedved. That's a pretty loose pass. Xabi Alonso.
Nepal really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard. Roll!
He pondered over it, and that goes down as a chance missed.
No surprise there. Can't be hesitant in those moments, Peter. Just allow the defence to regroup and stop the attack.
Nepal with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. Terrific effort! Goal! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Great corner, and he did the rest.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Things stop. It's Pato! Glorious! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Now it's Villa. No, he's not getting his way this time. Oh, they can break here. Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Maldini for Ribery. And here's Nedved. Very nicely done. Now there's a fine ball. Nedved! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Baresi. Bellingham. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Now it's Villa. Well timed, excellent interception. And that is the end of the first half. Well, the scoreline at half-time, a fair reflection of things overall, you'd have to say that. There was certainly no lack of effort or endeavour in the first half. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, I think the message from the manager at half-time will be pretty simple, Peter. He's going to want them to play at a higher tempo, press more, higher up the pitch, pass quicker, and entice the opposition out of position. He knows how crucial the next goal will be.
So that's header! And there's a goal! And it's Dembele. Neither of these two want to come off second best. He's being urged to shoot. Colorado Springs do appear to have made a half-time change.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
That ball looks a good one. Brilliantly cut out. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Nepal clearly should have gone for the easier pass. Now they'll have to quickly regroup.
And he's there to make the challenge. Rodri is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. And he's quick to return it. Now it's Villa. Oh, great defending. That needed doing.
Oh, that's excellent. Such a clean tackle.
Now it's Bale. Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's shifting through the gears here. Casillas with the clearance. And smartly reclaimed. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
It's Bale! That is special! Gareth Bale! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. There seemed no way back, but they are level. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Guti. And it's Guti. Driving on and making good progress. Stood up well to him there.
Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down, and to be honest, that's how it should be.
Aimed beyond the defence. And this is Del Piero. Del Piero with the cross.
That's good defensive concentration.
Bumps him off it and wins back the ball.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Well, it just petered out. No penetration at all, having had a great deal of the ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Guti. Now it's Del Piero. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? Pinches it off him. And time is up. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks winner, of course, but the crowd... So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So it's away we go then.
Steven Gerrard is capable of taking a game by the scruff of the neck and anywhere he wants after that.
Yeah, one way or another, he'll contribute to the scoring of a goal.
Yeah, and when the going gets tough...
Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! It's a beauty!
Well, this is already looking rather ominous for the opposition. When a player of his calibre can open up the scoring with a brilliantly classy finish, it could be a very long match for that defence to prevent it happening again.
A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And this is Luis Suarez. And there's green grass ahead of him.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Colorado Springs leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. Knocks it into space. Tries to play it through. Shapes to shoot! He's got a goal! They are purring, truly purring.
Yeah, and he did well not to stray offside there as well, Peter. He just seemed to instinctively know when the ball was going to be delivered, and he got it right.
Colorado Springs are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Suarez finds himself offside. Now it's Cruyff. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Onuachu. And it's Messi. Now it's Luis Suarez. Ribery is, of course, well known for his dancing feet. There will be a throw-in. Howson promptly onto that, and that is that. And this is Luis Suarez. A header! Good run, lovely take, but that is where it stopped.
What a pass. One that literally dropped into his path. It was asking to be finished.
Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And he's managed to get free. Xabi Alonso did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Ribery. Here's Nedved. Vieira. Ribery. And he stands tall, impenetrable. And here's Nedved. And this is Cruyff! Oh, it's a fair try, but just off target. And the referee has blown for half-time. Any opinion you'd like to express on the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Colorado Springs firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. The second half is up and running. Nice looking ball. And that's another good win of the ball. Maldini, a man never lacking in drive or determination. Can he get it through? Nesta does really well to win the ball there. Nedved. Bergomi.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Nedved finding himself in space. Luis Suarez. Decent chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Suarez is offering a right smile there. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Colorado Springs in a very solid position, 2 to the good. And he's cut it out. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Cruyff receives it in a good position here. And he's had it nicked away. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Rijkaard. Colorado Springs do have options available on the bench if they want to. Oh, he's having a go! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Well, the moans and groans from the stands now are very audible.
And it's made its way to him. Lewis goes for a shot! And no, he couldn't find the finish.
That's more like it. They have to force the issue, and that's the way to do it. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Has to go back. Chance for a shot! And now they can spring out of defence. Nedved.
Such good technique.
Now there's a fine ball. It's Pato! Just cruising! They are cruising! Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
I think this is just brilliant, the way he lost his marker there, Peter, throwing the dummy and then he was away. Look how fast he is over the first 5 yards. They were never going to catch him.
Colorado Springs. Can he finish? Oh, what has happened here? Vieira. And that has been cut short. Added time going up here, it's 3 minutes. And this is Griezmann. Look at the space here. It looks as though the ref has given a penalty. He has. Colorado Springs have themselves a chance from the spot. And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's away we go then.
I think we can look forward to another striking masterclass from Van Basten here, Peter.
Well, many have cited him as the greatest striker of all time, but what in your eyes made him that, Jim?
Well, in a word, everything, Peter. He had it all. Pace, power, technique, vision, dribbling, strength in the air. He's a cut above the rest in all departments, and brilliant imagination.
Oh, that's wonderful alertness. And it's Nedved. Chance here to counter. Rijkaard. And here's Van Basten. Nedved knocks it out wide. And here's Gerrard. And he's cut it out. Nedved. Cannavaro calmly anticipates. And, oh, great chance! It's Griezmann! Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Now this could be a chance. Neither side yet able to find the net. Looking for a runner. And this is Gerrard. And this is Nedved. Nedved crosses.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Thuram. Colorado Springs do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Oh, it's a tried and tested... Oh, that's a foul in a dangerous area. Well, that's a booking. Always looked it.
Well, he was the one player you had to keep away from the area. Not the best way to do it, though.
Griezmann taking charge of the dead ball.
Well, it's quite simple. They have the best man for the job on it.
He went for the curler.
We all love a trier, Peter, but the wiser choice would have been ball into box.
Nedved plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. Gerrard cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Silvestre stands tall and stands strong. Nesta cuts it out. Kaká going face to face with his great rival. Nedved gets it away. Now it's Griezmann. Silvestre does really well to win the ball there. Oh no, what has happened? Griezmann! It's in! Oh, a horrible error, and he has nowhere to hide.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
Colorado Springs have fired themselves in front.
Well, this should allow them to be a bit more expansive, although they'll be wide.
It's Van Basten! And needless to say, that deserved better.
Oh, it's very good running, that. You're always going to have chances with that kind of movement.
Colorado Springs leading then, courtesy of the goal scored late in the first half here. And the score is 1-0. Maldini, quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Colorado Springs go in at half-time with a 1-0 lead.
On the evidence of what we've seen, they're worth their lead. There was genuine intensity and purpose behind what they brought to the game. I think they'll want a strong start just after the break, though, to force the issue that bit more.
John Shawley! Van Basten! What a goal! What a player! A finish of true class! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
We're looking at a shot at goal! Superb goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
Colorado Springs can now introduce the first of their substitutes. Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been an upping of the intention and urgency, a real step up in possession and purpose now.
Pato is flagged offside. Silvestre is looking to influence the game from out wide.
Right here, right now, it's not looking favourable. They're chasing the ball and the game.
Cannavaro. Colorado Springs do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. That's Rijkaard. That has been slung wide. He's shifting through the gears here. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, they're labouring their way towards the opposition goal here, Peter, and this needs a much livelier solution.
Real chance! And he hits the net. What remarkable powers of recovery!
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, to be honest, I think the defender did his absolute best, Peter, but he didn't stand a chance here. Just too quick in every department.
It is compelling, this. Utterly compelling.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Pato! It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Kukchu. Just 5 minutes remaining now.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Zanetti. Just seeing the board now, it's going to be 5 extra minutes. And this is Bale. Messi aimed beyond the defence. Kubo. That's it. The referee says enough. A good watch, more than a good watch actually, certainly from a sporting perspective. It lacks a winner of course, but the crowd largely satisfied. How do you look back on the game then, Jim? Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Well, this fella, Alejandro Balde, is a defender who's been coached in the ways of the beautiful game. He's very good as a defender, but he has an inner desire to get up the pitch as much as he can. And he's rarely very wasteful, Peter, so his decision-making has to be impressive. And from what I've seen, it is.
I wonder whether that has anything to do with you being a defender once upon a time, Jim. RZ with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Colorado Springs have the chance to go the other way. Oh, good determined running there, but one back by the defence.
It's admirable, but ultimately he didn't know when to look for support.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, good ball! And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. Nedved plays a sharp little ball here. Shapes the shoot! They've scored! They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
Oh, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming, and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. No, there's no getting past him. It's really well defended. Griezmann. Oh, this is a very good run. In with the challenge. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And this is Cruyff. And he's had it nicked away. Neymar is someone with real dynamite in his boots. Oh, easy pickings there. Oh, he's burst through. Joe! That is some save from De Gea.
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And this is Cruyff. Defending of the desperate variety.
AZ genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack. Variation, unpredictability. You know, that's always key to success.
Xavi Alonso. Pass is coming off in quick succession here.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Colorado Springs looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. And he's worked it through. Oh, nicely intercepted. Thuram. And it's Neymar. No, he refuses to take the bait. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. And this is... And Hoyt! Oh, that's fabulous! About as smooth as it gets. A 2-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Colorado Springs. And we've reached half-time.
Well, I don't think most of us were expecting a second, Peter. It's become pretty much the ideal half.
That certainly seems to be the case.
Well, both half-time team talks will undergo change now. One will be solid, the other needs to be pretty inspiring.
Colorado Springs sitting pretty here. 2 goals putting them into the driving seat. So right back into the action. No outsmarting him this time. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, that is asking for trouble. pull it. That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Couldn't squeeze it through. Azar. Colorado Springs in a very solid position, 2 to the good. Griezmann. And that's been slipped through. Griezmann shoots! And he's pulling up! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Cruyff at his razor-sharp best there.
Such good movement. Some players have that natural ability to be in the right place at the right time. We've just seen the perfect example.
Colorado Springs find a position of real strength now. Azar. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vieira. Haaland. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now that's well seen too. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And he's going to have his name taken.
While sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Edmilson. Nedved. Azar. And it's Messi. Now it's Cruyff. Now that looks a decent ball. And this is Messi. Big chance! Nedved. He's shifting through the gears here. Into the last 5 minutes.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Vieira shows great strength. Not too much to add on here, just a minute. That's that, the end. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome. Cruyff claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument. Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury, and here with me in the commentary box, I'm glad to report, is Jim Beglin.
Thanks, Peter. Hello, everybody. Ready to see what unfolds in this one now.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So we're very much on the way now. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Messi, Vinicius Junior.
We've seen many free role players that have graced the game, but Ruud Gullit is amongst the elite.
Well, no one would argue with that, Jim, but what do you identify as special in him?
Well, so physically powerful and intimidating, and I think his athleticism helps him get through a fierce amount of work.
Yeah, nothing quite like him in the modern era.
Agreed.
Nedved. Nedved scooting forward. And here's Suarez. Suarez stood his ground strongly.
Well, caution is dominating proceedings. This isn't meeting expectations.
Maldini is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Looking to play him in. Pass somewhat off target. And they're quick to get it back. Messi, look at the space here. Vieira.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And it's Griezmann. It's a good spell of possession, this. Oh, that was vital. Pull it. That's a good ball out wide. Pull it. And here's Suarez. Now it's Cruyff. And here's Cruyff. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That has ended up in no man's land. And here's Nedved. Stood up well to him there. Pull it. And it's Messi. Messi making good progress on the right-hand side. Oh, he's seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Vieira. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. What have we learned from the first 45 minutes?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
So we are where we began. The scoreline remains 0-0 at the break. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. So the first half brought no goals. Colorado Springs do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And he's forced to go back. Nesta is pretty much... Oh, they could be caught out here. He is through here. Bergomi. Can he get on the end of this? The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. Well, we're on the way. The unmistakable Daniel van Bouten.
One of those players that's been there.
And Cruyff!
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
And that has been cut short. Now it's... Can he finish? What a wonderful goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Colorado Springs are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Suarez. And that's gone loose. Colorado Springs, currently a goal to the good, and with the lion's share of the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Xavi Alonso. Van Bouten gets across to intercept that. Colorado Springs do seem to have a very clear game plan here, Jim.
Yeah, they're set up to play those long balls from deep, Peter. The front men have certainly been busy making the runs beyond that defence.
Well, it's a tried and tested formula, okay, but very demanding too.
Well, you need your boys up front to work extremely hard, and you need to get the passing right as well, of course. Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Luis Suarez. 30 minutes gone. Oh, facing up to his... Goes for goal!
The keeper was likely to need his best there, and he found it.
And it's Cruyff. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press.
Colorado Springs can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Hullet, and he's managed to get free. Hullet plays... Oh, and he's stuck it away! But oh, it's offside.
Well, I think he knew, Peter, the way he sheepishly looked across.
Disappointment and relief on either side, nothing doing. Just past the 40th minute mark. Griezmann. And here's Suarez. Nedved! Beautiful from Nedved! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. He has given that the lot. Bang!
Yeah, you just don't save those, Peter. Too much power on, and the manager's absolutely loving this.
Colorado Springs are... Can he finish? Nedved! A diamond of a goal! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And that is all they have time for. Well, the mood in the two camps couldn't be more different as they go in for half-time. Elation on one side, misery on the other.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Colorado Springs marching seemingly on towards victory. 3-0 at the break. Gets his... And no mistake! but that is not going to count.
The decision came a little late because the referee initially didn't see the assistance flag, but it's the right call.
A moment's uncertainty there, but it is the right call. Dinks one through. No luck with that dink over the top. Now it's Mohamed Salah. And it's Hullet. Now it's Ronaldinho. Nicely. It's Salah! Hits off target and by quite a way.
Well, there's always that risk, Peter, when a team commits too many numbers forward. You can't help but leave some gaps at the back.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Balde. Strong running down that left flank. Ibrahimovic is on. Ibrahimovic! Defending was strong and firm. It's a good spell of possession. It's Ibrahimovic! And he's straight offside. Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Luis Suarez! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. This day becomes absolutely perfect, utterly ideal. And that is fabulous, a true beauty of a goal.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
Colorado Springs are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that. Griezmann, very much a man of this moment. It's a searching pass. Bergomi. Here's Nedved. Luis Suarez knocks it into space. Tries a shot! And one more try! And that's a good finish. And it is becoming almost too painful to watch. Where to next?
Well, this is turning into a real hammering now, Peter. They're demoralised.
So we have movement on both benches. Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
And things are much healthier in their favour.
Towering header! Played with speed from back to front. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. And he's played it back. Hullet. And he's only too happy to take that back. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Balde calmly anticipates. Hullet. Now it's Pato. It's Pato! Oh, he really got hold of that.
Colorado Springs certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Pirlo. Into the last 5 minutes. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Colorado Springs have got it back and they'll have another go. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And here's Nedved. Aimed beyond the defence. Oh, this looks sharp. Mohamed Salah. He has found the way through. Oh, he's felt that, hasn't he? 5 minutes to add. And it's Hullet. Looking for options for movement. De Gea claims comfortably. And that will be the final act. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite their best endeavours, it has ended in an easy win. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and this is Jim Beglin. A delight to have him on board.
Well, thanks for that, Peter. I'm more than ready to get going here.
Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So we're very much on the way now. Oh, some astute defending there. Closing in on goal. Shoots! Marvellous goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate. On heels rather than toes.
Perfect placement. The one place the keeper couldn't reach.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So, a breakthrough already. Colorado Springs leading here thanks to that early goal. 1-0 the score. It's Griezmann! O'Shea. Could be danger here. Nedved stood his ground strongly. And this is Luis Suarez! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Suarez really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And here's Cruyff. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. It's Nedved! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
Colorado Springs really can be very happy with the way they're going about things, Peter. They'll want to capitalise on this good spell, though.
Now it's Mbappe. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. And it's Cruyff. Baresi does really well to win the ball there. Now it's Shevchenko. Marcelo. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
Colorado Springs are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Azar. And it's Shevchenko. Well timed, excellent interception.
Colorado Springs really should be happy to let this half run out now and go again second.
He's found a way through. Cruyff! Oh, wonderful effort, all by himself.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Driving forward, he's beaten Mbappe! Mbappe is magnificent! He's got himself an absolute peach. They have hauled themselves, and that is all they have time for. Nothing to separate the two teams at half-time. They've both given it a really good go, and they head into the break all square. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Colorado Springs are level pegging at half-time then, and it's a finely balanced game. 1-1 the score. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here.
Colorado Springs have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. Okay, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually...
And Shevchenko! Oh, cracking effort.
Oh, the technical control was exquisite. The pummeled attempt was exasperating.
Now, can they get him away? Suarez has it out. Luis Suarez!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. And he was quick to react. Cruyff looking in every way a marked man at the moment.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Azar, a player so deservedly decorated with praise and glory. Xabi Alonso does well not to be outdone there. And no, that was never going to make it. Cruyff. And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Marcelo. Shevchenko. Oh, cracking ball. That's put paid to the danger. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Baresi. To Marcelo. Now. Can he finish? Mbappe! Irrepressible! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. And the game is well and truly turned on its head. He hit that like he meant it. Absolutely speared it in.
Well, he's absolutely drilled that, Peter. When you hit it like that, the keeper's not going to be able to do much about it.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Madrid with the lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Bale providing an outlet on that flank.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
O'Shea wins the duel this time. Nedved cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And here's Bale. That's very neat. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Marcelo. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Bale.
Madrid can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
Oh, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. And that is that. Well, what a game. Unpredictable to the very end. Momentum shifting this way. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, Peter, this fella, the French Ghanaian Seho Girassi, is a very interesting option. He's...
Chance! Goal!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
Japan have gone to the bench, and we've only just begun. I doubt very much that this was in the script. Nedved.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
And here's Suarez. Nedved. Great chance! Off the post. That's going to go a long way. Nedved. Quality ball. Xavi Alonso. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Hullet. Good running, strong and purposeful. He has a look up. Can he finish? Colorado Springs, currently a goal to the good and with the lion's share of the ball. Girassi can be a real threat inside the box. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
So just a one early goal to report so far. 1-0 the score. Luis Suarez. Vieira. Colorado Springs.
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players.
He'll try from distance! And he hits the net! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. And that is fabulous. A true beauty of a goal.
And you can see he meant every bit of that, Peter. He had his head up as he went to hit it. He knew his landscape.
Colorado Springs are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same intensity, and soon enough, they'll get another break.
And that pass just didn't quite work. They're back in possession and ready to go again. Lovely. Big chance! And he's stuck it away.
Oh, he did so well to hold his run and stay on side, Peter. That was really clever.
Just one in it now.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is back.
It's a good spell of possession, this. Luis Suarez. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. And here's Hullet. Griezmann. He has found the way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cruyff really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility.
Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! He just has something! A finish of true class! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its...
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. High octane, high tempo, high scoring. That was quite a half of football. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, it has been a high-octane first half, full of action, both sides with 2 goals going in at half-time. Japan get the ball rolling in the second half. Passing nice and neat. Yep, it's a corner. And we have our very first corner. Keeper's dealt with that. And now they can spring out of defence. And it's Luis Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Luis Suarez. He's picked his way through. There's the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
What a fabulous run. Okay, it didn't come off in the end, Peter, but that would surely spark some kind of response from those around him.
Now it's Nedved. Colorado Springs have reclaimed it. Luis Suarez. Suarez was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Nedved will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Nicely weighted ball. Gattuso is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. Forlan. De Gea gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
And this is Luis Suarez. Cannavaro. Gattuso. Passing is crisp and sharp. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Now it's Forlan. Forlan unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Nedved. Played out wide. Knocks it into space. Hangs. Chance! Goal! Japan! They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! It was wonderfully efficient.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time. Japan with the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Oh, that's a vigorous challenge.
Colorado Springs really might just end up kicking themselves after that. That could well have been it.
Short changes him with that pass. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Messi. Del Piero. Pato. And into the grateful arms of the keeper. Gattuso. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. That's been cut out, well played. No question, this is the man you want to get on to the end of things. Time added on will be 2 minutes. Totti. And that is as far as it goes. Colorado Springs, illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Colours vivid and vibrant, songs loud and proud. The tone for this game is well and truly set. So off we go then. Nice looking ball. And a shot! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Beautifully worked to take the defence out of the picture, but there'll be no rush to see the replay on this.
Kukcu. And it's Vitinha. And Serginho. Messi. And it's Serginho. Xavi Alonso. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Expertly cut out. Really nicely done. Nedved. Now it's Luis Suarez. Tries to pass it through. Cruyff. He's through on... And a chance! They've scored! That was a given. It always was.
Some great movement here, and the pass was perfect. All he had to do was just apply the finishing touch.
So, a breakthrough already. Serginho. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Colorado Springs.
Really do like their passes from deep, Peter.
Making good use of that quarterback position, aren't they?
Yeah, but this is a system that can only work if you have the players who are willing to run at and beyond the defence. Let's see if these forwards are up for it now.
Vitinha. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And this is Messi. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Just more than 15 minutes till half-time. Thuram has a look and plays it forward. He's in a great position. It's Luis Suarez! Luis Suarez! It's a beauty! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! And they're threatening to fly away here. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, it's a great time for them to keep the momentum going. I don't see any need to change the approach. Keep at it with the same...
And it's been given away. Messi! Now there's a terrific hit. Kukcu. Messi. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Oh, that's wonderful alertness. Bergomi. Nedved. That's a sharp pass. Played down the flank. Nedved in acres of space out wide. And he's there to get it away. So, a temporary halt to the action. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Colorado Springs firmly in control at the break. 2-0 the scoreline. And here is the first touch of the second half. Juve. Pele. He's found some space. Chance! Nicely aimed pass. Xavi Alonso. Messi. Luis Suarez. Decent chance! Oh, no shortage of confidence there.
Suarez certainly looked hungry and exciting on the ball. Confidence is at play here.
And we have our very first corner. Get it up there! And it's there! And with that, it is pretty much a done deal. Great corner, and he did the rest.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Colorado Springs find a position of real strength now. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Luis Suarez. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Messi. Manchester United can breathe again. Just.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Manchester United couldn't do a whole lot with it there. They could do with more sharpness in their passing. He might be in here! Nedved going face to face. It's Nedved! No, not quite.
Colorado Springs certainly look sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Pele. Oh, there's a probing ball. Good defending there. They've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. Now it's Nedved. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. He's picked his way through. Howson did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Now it's Luis Suarez. Nedved making good progress. Oh, shooting chance! Nedved! A diamond of a goal! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order. Untouchable, remorseless, relentless, a class of their own. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one.
And that's it. Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.